So today we going to see the password recovery. So here, as last class we have completed Roman mode lab and other part like boot sequencing, and we see the config register value. How do I change the config register value? Who had joined? A Okay, you have. So we have today's topic is password recovery, and we're going to see what are the process wise, what are the precautions we have to take so that we can recover not only password, we can recover entire configuration which is we have available into the startup configuration. And so you should understand the startup configuration followed by the running configuration and flash memory, so that you can use these three combination and we can copy those startup configuration which we required as it later on for the running configuration or for the day-to-day activity. So we have to recover only password, not we have to erase entire configuration. So we have to secure our configuration while we are going to reset our password. So let's quickly see. um, so manually boot into the Roman mode. So we saw lab in that we have RX boot, Roman boot, and normal boot sequencing order. In that, in this lab, we're going to do manual Roman boot regarding because there is a command control break keyword combination not accepted into the this virtual one like packet tracer, so you are not able to jump into the Roman mode. Okay, so we're going to do in real time. You want to jump into the Roman mode, you just restart your system and keep pressing control break key. It will come to your Roman mode, bypass normal boot up sequence. So here in packet tracer, what we will do, we're manually going to configure the register value as a Roman mode, and we will do our lab so that we can process with the password recovery. Okay, so how once we will go into the Roman mode, then how we can going to change the config register value and we will go into the password recovery mode. That is one. Second, how you have to process. So we're going to set up the, I told you I'm going to set up the manual before password change. Now we see what register value going to bypass our NVRAM. So NVRAM configuration, your nothing, this is the startup configuration. Once your boot up sequence is successful, startup configuration going to upload in that, and your config, with that your configuration password or encrypted password also going to be applied on the same. So we will see how to bypass this. So we have register value 2142 which help you bypass to startup configuration, and then from that there is a technical way to copy your startup configuration into the flash. This is one method, or you can do change only for password but don't do write. If you do write again, it will be create you issue. How we will see how we can do this thing. And modify enable password. So suppose I logged out with the enable password, how do I change my enable password and bypass this password? So you are not going to recover the old password, anyhow you going to reset with the new password. There is no way to recover old password MD5. There is irreversible method. Okay, this part is clear. Now come to the set config register value this. So this config register value you have to set once you have completed your password recovery, so that your boot sequence goes as a normal, and then you can recover your configuration. Major stuff, one part is a password reset, another part how to secure your configuration, existing configuration, so that once you will come to on this register value, normal boot up sequence, normal boot up, you should recover with your entire configuration. So let's quickly start our lab. So, and packet tracer, let me open a packet tracer, and I'm going to quickly show you. So I will first create some configuration. Let me select one. So I'm going to select one router, and I will do lab on this only. So how do I recover the password? So let's switch on this, access the console, and I'm going to do them some configuration, and we will save with the, we will going to write this configuration and prepare the startup conf. So let's first, I'm going to give the host name. So config t, and I'm giving host name. This is our password pass recovery. Our pass recovery we have. So this is the host name, and then we have the something I want to configure, no IP domain lookup. This is second configuration, and let's do other configuration like VTY line VTY. We have 024, and I will give some login local, and create some username and password. The username admin and password, I'm going to give privilege 15 password. That's the previous secret password, and admin 123. Okay, let's create one more guest user. Guest, and the privilege will be 1, and secret to guest 1 to 3. We can check 2 users now with the host name, the no IP domain lookup, and VTY configuration so this is the basic configuration we have. Apart from that, I'm going to configure with the enable password, enable secret. I'm going to give something that's we are not able to remember. And now we have so running configuration with the secret enable. I did not remember. If we will go out, we cannot able to enter. So we will do password recovery. This we have to reset the enable password secret with and we have to reserve our configuration also. We want to only reset this password. This password supposed to be reset, it's forget. Now here we cannot use the control break command go into the Roman mode. So what I'm going to do to complete this lab, so I'm going to do manual configuration of config register value, config register value. So next boot going to go into the Roman mode. Actually you have to do by your by the control break command once you will reboot. So I'm setting this because the here that's provision is not there. Before boot up we supposed to break this boot up sequence and do right. So next boot up going to help us in the going to direct into the Roman mode. So if you check show version and we can verify the next reboot will jump to the Roman mode. It will going to bounce into the Roman mode. So if we will exit now and I don't know the password, this password we remember, that's admin 123, username and password, login admin. So this is the enable password. This is the enable password. We don't know because we type anything, so we stuck here. We cannot enter into the device. Now what we have to do, we have to go into the Roman mode. So this is the in real time how you will going to go. Once you reboot this system, you have to keep on do the control break. So here I already manually set the Roman mode next reboot. Let's do the reboot and go into the Roman mode. I'm going to power off and power on, and you have to keep click into the control break so that they're going to break. But here I already set the next reboot into Roman mode, so it's bounce into Roman mode directly. So we are here on the Roman mode. Now from here we supposed to set the config register value for the password recovery so that we can bypass the startup configuration. Okay, so here, so you want to know the option, just do question mark and see the options. What are the options do you have? So that is the only help command available for this. Now you have first one boot. So I don't want to boot because again it's going to be, we don't know remember the password because we with some juggling I have typed as a password for enable. So let's move to the conf register. We will set the conf register as password recovery conf register. What will be that? Conf reg, and we have 0x hexadecimal 21 Cisco vendor, and I'm going to set my password recovery mode 4242. Enter and do reset. Reset help you system reset, means system going to reset and they're going to check which mode. So now my default mode I was earlier reset as a Roman mode config register value. Now I have reset as a password recovery. So enter, we will jump into the password recovery mode. We will bounce, the system going to bounce back with the new register value. That's and you can see we have boot with the software operating system. What we have normal boot up, but the configuration from startup it's not uploaded. You can see it's a blank router we have. Now if I will give enable, there is no password they're going to ask because there is no startup configuration uploaded into the running configuration. This is the running configuration and you can check there's nothing copy from startup. This is blank, but we can check the startup configuration and let's see, there is a host name, there's an enable password. You can say this is my startup configuration in which you can see all the configuration is available. What we have done, we have created two users as a privilege and guest, and sorry, admin as a privilege and the guest, and the host name I given, I have provided provision with the enable password. So I want to reset this. So there is a precautions. If you do change here like config register and anything, if you configure your secret password, enable secret password, and you going to save that, so entire startup configuration going to overwrite with the blank configuration with the reset password, only the reset password there. So you have to secure your startup configuration, which is your existing configuration, somewhere, so that you can recover that. Okay, so let's do that. So first I'm going to secure my startup configuration. So we have flash memory over here. So let's check it out. Do we have flash memory? Yes. And I'm going to copy my startup configuration into what? The flash memory, into flash, and I will copy as a startup. You can see we have startup configuration available in the my flash memory. I secured this. Now what you do, you upload startup configuration into the running configuration. This is my backup. What existing configuration do we have? That's a startup configuration backup. So you can check this as a command. If it's take more is taking, let me see the command less taking now, the more is. So you can do more and you can check it out. Startup hyphen config, and it will show you what configuration we have save as a startup. Okay, so we secure our startup configuration. Now I will going to move, I'm going to upload. If you going to configure or reset your secret enable password and do right now, it's going to make your startup configuration blank. So I don't want to do. What I will do, I will copy the startup configuration into my RAM. So how you going to copy? So that entire existing configuration going to be come into my RAM, and you can reset anyhow. So you're going to reset this. So how you going to do the copy startup configuration same way into the running configuration? So this is my running configuration. You can see entire configuration copy from startup from this. So you can check it out, my show running configuration. Now it's not anymore blank. This is with the, you can see the bty line configuration is available over there, and I have user configuration and the secret. Now you reset that part. So you're going to reset this. How you going to reset? Just you have to give the new password for enable secret and the admin, or you can do Cisco, just very simple. And you can check now, you write this. So your entire configuration is now available in the flash also, as well as in your startup configuration. So flash you have in the worst case situation where you can recover the mem configuration and you can reset there, because it's the unreset was there. Okay, so let's check it out. So what we have, so running configuration, now we have new admin password, sorry, with the new secret enable password. And now I'm going to exit and we will check what happened. It's asking enable password. Yes, it's a and what is my Cisco have reset, and successfully we have tested. Now what you have to do, we can reset our config register value, and we will check before right now what config register value do we have in existing configuration. So let's verify. We have config registration value 42. So it's going to always bypass our, if you're going to reboot, it's going to keep on bypassing my startup configuration, NVRAM configuration. Let's test it. If I'm going to do right and reload, so you can see that and I'm going to confirm. So it's going to take the operating system same what we have existing operating system, but this is going to bypass entire startup configuration. See, it's a blank again, but this time we have complete reset, and you can copy. But now I'm not interested in that. I'm going to change my configuration register value, configure register value. That will be, but you have to take precautions here. If once you will do right again, we will lost our startup configuration. So better you will take the precaution as you copy startup configuration into running configuration, as we have done earlier also. And now you can do the any change. So let's do the config register value configuration with this new set of 2102. This is normal configuration register value, and do write this, and you can verify the command is show version, and by this you can verify my next existing register value configuration is 42, whereas my next configuration register value will be the 2102. And when we're going to reboot, and it will be on the normal reboot. This time this not going to bypass my NVRAM or startup configuration. It's going to automatic upload into in my RAM. So you can see we have not copied anything, and my new password is accepted. And we can check my config register value now is that this is that. So remember, by this we can recover entire existing configuration. So we have priority to secure not only the reset the password, we should secure our configuration. So we should create the backup as a startup configuration, and then you do by mistake you have reset and write without copying the startup before starting the resetting, so you will lose entire startup configuration. That's a precaution. So this is the uh, lab which I want to show you. I already describe you how. So basic CCNA course is completed. Now we're going to start switching and routing, two separate, and the advanced routing and switching going to share you the link for that, but CCNA routing switching we're going to cover, and for advanced you can refer the link and you can do and practice your lab for the advanced switching routing. So we separate the switching and routing classes. So you follow the CCNA switching class basic, you first complete switching and go for then advanced practice, and you can post your Q&A. So I can see you, we will see you in next class. Bye bye. Okay.